So after completing Skylander Spyro's Adventure, I thought it was only right to rank every single Skylander that is playable in Skylander Spyro's Adventure. Now there are going to be a couple of stipulations for this. I'm only going to be ranking the main variants of every Skylander, so no legendaries or darks. They are literally the exact same Skylander, just with a different colour palette. And I'm only allowed one Skylander in S tier. That's going to be quite difficult. Now I am going to be doing this for every single Skylander game once I've finished playing them all, but we're going to focus on Skylander Spyro's Adventure today. And if you do enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video and also subscribe. Now let's get into it. Starting with the main man himself, Spyro, the character that this game is named after. I know Spyro is a very iconic gaming character, and I think this was a way to reintroduce Spyro into this generation of kids. And it didn't really pan out well, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Spyro just as a character in this game. And I think overall, Spyro's pretty good. I think his power set is really good, you know, shooting at fireballs, being able to charge enemies with his horns, being able to fly. I also like his ability where he is flying, that you could actually do a ground pound. I think that's really cool and adds an extra level of playability with him, meaning that you can, you know, mix and match your attacks as well. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go A with Spyro. Not high A, but an A. I think as the main character, I guess, or the main Skylander in this game, they had to get him right, and I think they did a pretty good job of that, you know, albeit that, you know, he is the only one that's kind of based off a previous character from previous games. Design wise on that, it's not accurate, but again, we're talking about him just as a Skylander in this game. I think it's pretty well done by them, and yeah, like I said, not high A. A's fine. Next up, Gilgrunt. I wasn't a huge fan of Gilgrunt to begin with, I can't lie. But over the time, Gilgrunt's grown on me. I am not a huge fan of his harpoon attack, just because the reload time is a bit long. It's a bit too long for my liking. I do like his war jet, and I do like his jetpack. I think that's really cool, and I really like specifically the fact that it's only got a limited amount of time that you can use it. You know, it has a bar, and as the more, you know, if you use it, it goes down. I like that about it. It adds, you know, it makes you think about how you're going to use it, how you're going to use Gilgrunt's attacks. I think that's really well done. And I know over time when you upgrade them, you know, that reload time can probably be quicker or whatnot, but it's still really not that quick enough. I do also like his, I think it's a soul gem where you can just create a massive anchor and just shoot at enemies. That's very cool. Is that a WoW power from the future one? I might be getting confused. Either way, Gilgrunt, I'm gonna go B. That's probably a bit harsh, but again, like, I've not been a huge fan of Gilgrunt over the years. He has grown on me as time has gone by, but I'm gonna go B. I think that's fine. I think that's fine for him. Trigger Happy, fan favourite, and with good reason. He's very good. His guns aren't that powerful, but the rapid fire makes up for it. The fact you can just constantly shoot at enemies makes up for that. I like him being able to throw pots of gold. That's very fun and creative. And his machine gun is just absolutely fun to use. Just mowing down enemies is brilliant. Yeah, there's a reason he's a fan favourite, because he's just good and he's crazy. He's fun. He's going A tier. Maybe S tier. Maybe. We'll see. Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod was one that I always wanted at the beginning of Skylanders, and I never ever got. I really like his attack where he can just shoot down a bolt of lightning and just move it around. It absolutely demolishes enemies. Absolutely love it. Great attack. I do also like him being able to shock enemies with his cloud when they're nearby. That's pretty cool. His lightning rod as well, just, you know, is pretty decent. I think overall, it's a creative character. I think probably a bit underrated, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how well rated he is in Skylanders. But I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go above Gilgrunt as well. I think I probably didn't use him as much in the gameplay than I probably should have, because he actually was pretty good. Sonic Boom, similar to his lightning rod, probably didn't use them as much as I probably should have in the gameplay, but I enjoy using Sonic Boom as well. I like her Sonic Boom attack. I like the fact that, you know, you can create babies of Sonic Boom and they go and attack enemies, and, you know, you can scream at them and then they, you know, they do more damage to the enemy. That's really cool. I like that. My one annoying thing about not just Sonic Boom, but a couple of the other Skylanders that can fly, is that their flying ability is just flying ability. It's just them flying. Spyro, when he's flying, has the ability to do a ground pound. None of the others have any special ability when they're in the air, which I think is a bit of a shame. I'm also going to go B for Sonic Boom, but I'm probably going to... I'll put her above Gilgrunt. I think Sonic Boom is fine for B. Warnado. Whatever tier I think Warnado goes in, he already should be below 1, just for the fact he can't use bounce pads. I don't know what it is about Warnado, but for some reason he can't use bounce pads. I don't know what it is. Every other Skylander's fine, except him. He just can't handle the bounce pads for some reason. So he's going down a tier for that. I think a Skylander like Warnado, you can only do so much. Like, he has 2 attacks that's kind of similar. Like, he can turn himself into a tornado, but then he can then also, like, spin already anyway. And I think that's, like, I don't know, that's too kind of similar. And then he can shoot out a tornado. It's like, there's not enough creativeness, I think, in Warnado for him to run carrying him on. I know he doesn't actually. I think he comes back as a light core in Swap Force, but that's about it. I'm gonna go C for Warnado. It might be a bit harsh, but I just think, you know, there's not enough creativeness that's gone into his powers and abilities. Whirlwind, one of the first Skylanders I got back in the day, and I was pleasantly surprised with Whirlwind. I thought her powers were very interesting and very creative. I like the fact that she can shoot rainbows and being able to make clouds. And I also like when you shoot the clouds, they shoot out even more rainbows. I think that's really cool. I like when they combine the primary and secondary attack. I really like that about Whirlwind. Again, she suffers from only flight ability as her third attack, which is a shame. No, you know what? I'm going to put her A, just because I like the fact that the combination between the primary and secondary attack. I like that about Whirlwind. I think she's very good. Bash, right. This is another contender for S tier. Bash was the very first Skylander I got outside of the Star Pack. And he is so good. Like, so good. So powerful. Love his attacks. Love his... I just love Bash. Bash is so cool. He's going A tier for sure. I'm gonna put him top of A. There we go. Like I said, he's just so powerful. His tail whip is just damages enemies. I like when he can just roll around, just speed through. And I don't use his third attack that much, but it can work. And again, combining attacks bring up the rock fist and then whack it with the tail. It creates rocks to hit enemies. Love that. Yeah, A tier for sure, but he has got a very good chance to be S tier by the end of this. Dino Ran. A Skylander I haven't really used that much. I think he's got a similar attack to... But doesn't he have a similar thing where he can bring up a rock fist as well? I swear that's the case. I like the boomerangs. Very cool. I think, can you also create like a boomerang like shield around you, I feel, as well? Dino Ran's a tricky one, because again, I don't feel like I've played with him enough to get a good feel of him and get a good understanding of how he works. I'm going to go C, because I think, and that's probably harsh just because, again, I haven't really used him that much, but I just don't remember too much about Dino Ran. Like, if I wanted to use him, I probably would have, and I just didn't think I felt the desire to play with him all the time. Prison Break. Similar to Lightning Rod, someone I wanted very early on in Skylanders, but didn't get. But I like him. I like him a lot. Like him being able to shoot beams out of his crystal arms. I like that, you know, you can shoot down crystals and you can use those to attack enemies. I think that's very cool. And being able to just, you know, slam to the ground and form crystals around you. That's cool as well. He's going A tier. Yeah, I'll go there. I like Prison Break a lot. You know, glad I got him in the end. Glad I've been able to use him, and yeah, he's been a lot of fun. Terrafin. Again, another Skylander that I really enjoy using. Very strong. Again, I like a brawler. I do like a brawler. I like a close combat Skylander. Very strong. I like, and similar to Spyro, when like he's flying, he has a ground pound ability. When Terrafin's in the ground, he can jump out and just slam down on enemies. That's great. I love that. And being able to obviously shoot out sharks as well to enemies, very cool. I think another A tier. I think another A tier for sure. Obviously, he comes in a starter pack as well. But one of the few adventure packs, one of the few Skylanders that I think actually is worth getting just for the Skylander alone. Like, just for the Skylanders alone. Get the adventure pack for the Skylander, not just the level, the Skylander that you get with him as well. Eruptor, the number one Skylander I wanted when I saw the roster for Spyro's Adventure. Like, he was number one that I wanted to get. And I never got him because I could never find him. But once I got him, he was worth the wait. Absolutely love Eruptor. Love that you can create a lava pool around you. Great just to constantly chuck lava balls out of his hands into enemies. Love that. A little bit on the slow side, but that's understandable given the fact that, you know, he's just this massive, heavy character. Love using Eruptor. Love using him. He's going A for sure. Flame Slinger. One of those that I didn't really know what to expect from him. Like, obviously, he's an archer, so you expect to use bow and arrow. But actually, I like his speed run with the flame. That's very cool. I like the fact that you can go around in a circle and it causes this massive, I don't even know what, like fire wall thing around the enemy. Like, that's very cool. I love seeing that. I do like the shooting arrows out of the air as well. That's quite cool. I think similar to Gilgrunt, his reload time's a little bit slow, I think, if memory serves me correct. Again, probably can upgrade that. I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go above Gilgrunt because I do love that running in a circle and torching enemies in the fire. That's great. I love that. Igniter. Again, I love a close combat Skylander, and Igniter is no exception. I really like using Igniter. I like the fact that he can burst out of his armor and kind of go around. That's very cool. I probably didn't use him as much as I probably should have. I actually can't remember. Is his Is his third attack the one where like he can slam his sword down? I think that's what it is. I didn't use that all too much, but I probably should have. That's quite cool. I do like the combos that he can do in his primary attack. I feel like I've got too many Skylanders in A though. I don't want to keep putting them in A. I'm gonna go top of B. That's probably a little bit harsh. No, you know what? I'm gonna swap Whirlwind and Igniter around. I'm gonna do that. But I like the fact that you can go. No. I'm going back. Igniter's top of B. I can't fault the combination between the primary and secondary attack with Whirlwind. So, yeah, that I'm going with. Sunburn. I didn't play a lot with Sunburn in my gameplay, and there's a reason for that. I don't like Sunburn. I don't mind the Phoenix power where you can, like where you turn into full fire and then just go head first into enemies. I don't mind that. It's the primary attack that's an issue for me. Instead of, I think with Prison Break, like when you shoot at an enemy with his beams, you're still able to move. Like you are locked in on that enemy and you can move around, I think, while shooting. Sunburn, when you shoot the fire out of Sunburn's mouth, you can't move. You are just turning, and which means that you can then not attack enemies. Like enemies can easily just go up towards you and hit you whilst you're trying to attack them, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I feel like that's because I died with Sunburn in my gameplay. I can't remember, but I feel like that's just why as well. But I can't get on board. I like the teleportation thing, but I think Sunburn isn't the Skylander that I could work with. I'm going D. I'm sorry, Sunburn, but no, I'm sorry. I can't use you because your primary attack just doesn't work for me. Camo's an interesting one. Camo's one is like, his primary attack is kind of basic. You just shoot fireballs out, whatever, you know, Spyro does that. It's his secondary and third attack that I really like. Very creative. You've got the watermelon shield, which you can then, you can release the watermelons and they can attack enemies. You know, you then got the vine where, you know, you've got like bombs and they defeat enemies. I like that. I really do like that. Again, probably didn't use them as much as I probably would have liked. I'm going top of C because if I wanted to use camo more, I would have, and I didn't. Stealth Elf's just good. Stealth Elf's just very good. Quick, nimble, great at powers. Like the fact that you can teleport, you know, or you can like use it to deceive enemies. That's very cool. And just, again, I like a close combat Skylander. And the fact that she's just quick with her attacks, great. You've got combinations as well that you can use. Yes, love that. Oh, so good. So good. And the Scarecrows. I like the Scarecrows. It's A tier. It's A tier for Stealth Elf, for sure. Stump Smash. Stump Smash, I think, is one of those where, like, with upgrades, he's very good. Very powerful because he's literally got tree trunks basically for bloody hands. A bit slow, similar to Raptor, I guess. I'm gonna go B. I'm probably gonna go there. I actually can't remember his third attack because he can obviously. Is it just he does that? If it's just that he does that, then that warrants it. Zook. Again, similar to Stump Smash, I think one of those that is better when you upgrade him over time. I like his pineapple launcher. That's cool. I like, well, it's one of his upgrades, but I like when you shoot out a rocket. There's missiles on the floor as well that can hit enemies. That's quite cool. I don't really care much about the mushroom wall that you can create. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. The best defense is offense. I fucking messed that up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about like defending myself. I care just about attack, attack, attack. I'm gonna go C though. I'm gonna go C. Not really one that I care about really. Not one that I really am like eager to use. Double Trouble. Similar to him, his beam, I think when you shoot it, it locks on and you can move around it. That's fine. I like that. It did cause me a bit of trouble in one of the levels, but I got used to it eventually. Like the fact you can create mini versions of himself as well. Do like that. I'm trying to remember what his third attack is. I think is it like he goes in the air or something? I can't remember. I'm gonna go B. I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go Bomber B. Because it's kind of similar to Prison Break where like you can lock onto an enemy. I probably prefer Double Trouble's version of that, but I think Prison Break's powers and abilities all work together well. I think Double Trouble's is like they're all quite separate and like you can only really use one at a time. Voodoo, one that I didn't really give a lot of time to in this game, and that's not really fair on him. I like the power where you can drag yourself to an enemy and then you can just absolutely obliterate them. Really do like that. I'm trying to remember his third attack. Is it where like you can create like a laser or something and like you can hit enemies with it? I don't know, I could be wrong. A fairly powerful Skylander, I feel. I've liked using his primary attack and I think he's quite powerful in that regard. Haven't really used him too much. I'm gonna go bottom of B. No, I'll go there because the like you can drag yourself close to the enemies and then primary attack. So yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll go there for him. I probably, like I said, I probably need to use him more. Wrecking Ball, not a fan of Wrecking Ball. I can't lie. I think he's too weak. I think his powers are just too slow. And I like that you can eat enemies. That's quite cool. But you've got to upgrade him for that. Isn't that his soul gem or something? Or is it that you can gain health from it? And like he can burp. Like one of his abilities is he can burp. I wouldn't expect that from him. And his Wrecking Ball ability, it takes so long to charge up. I think you could probably upgrade that so it's quicker. I'm gonna go C. Yeah, I'm gonna go there because just and in the gameplay as well. Like I've tried to charge up his Wrecking Ball ability and I just got killed from it. Like the fact that you can still take damage whilst in the process of becoming the Wrecking Ball is, yeah, that's not fun. Boomer. Someone I don't think I used much. I think I probably used him in just one episode, and that's really bad. I really like his ground pound ability. I do like that. I don't use the bombs too much. I am very much someone who just pretty much uses his secondary attack more so than his primary attack. I'm going top of C, and I think I'm being harsh with that, just because I didn't use him that much, and I can't remember too much about Boomer, which is really upsetting. Because I think I would actually really like Boomer. But yeah, I've got to go C, because I just didn't use him that much. Drill Sergeant. This is someone that, before I replayed Spyro's Adventure, I was quite confident that I just didn't like using Drill Sergeant. Upon playing this game again, and using Drill Sergeant more, I actually don't mind Drill Sergeant. Again, the reload time of him shooting out his missiles is too long, but I do like him charging at enemies with it. Didn't use his laser too much. Drill Sergeant, I've turned on him. I have fond memories of Drill Sergeant in this gameplay, besides the time where I got killed by him. That I died with him. B, that is definitely as high as it could go. Drobot, just stick him straight in A. He's very good. He's very good. I like him a lot. Very rapid fire with the lasers. Like the fact you can throw the gears, bolts. That's very cool. I think there is actually, like, when you fly, you can, like, I swear you can do something. I know you can still shoot with it, but I feel like there is something you can do while you're flying. I feel like you could, like, there's like a boosting you can do, and you can hit enemies from behind you. I could be wrong with that, but Either way, Drobot is so fun to use, and I love using Drobot. Chop Chop. When you upgrade him, very powerful. I like him being able to just all his combinations and whatnot with his sword. Love that. Shield, I never really use, but it does come in handy at times, especially with like longer ranged enemies. What was it? With like the skeleton archers. Very useful. I like that. And I think there is an ability where like when you've got the sword, sorry, when you've got the shield out in front of you, you can still like attack enemies at times with it. So that's quite cool. And he's got the ability where like he stick the sword in the ground and you've got those like thorns, I think they are, come up. That's quite cool. And yeah, I just think over time when like you upgrade the sword, it becomes so much more powerful, and you've got combinations. I think it works well. Like I said, I like when you've got a combination between primary and secondary attack. Yeah. A. Cinder. I actually, again, like similar to Cinder, you've got a primary and secondary attack combination that you can use. You know, when you go in the ground, or when you face through the ground, you've got the ghost up behind you. You can shoot them with your lightning, and they can harm enemies, and I love that. Again though, nothing with the flying thing, and that's such a shame. But I do like Cinder. I'm gonna go B, up there, just there, that's fine. I don't mind that. Cinder, yeah, I'm happy with that. Another one that's from a previous Spyro game. Ghost Roaster, arguably the worst soul gem. Where you can phase through stuff, but you go really slow and you lose health. So I feel like, what's the point? Just for that, I think it's C. I think the soul gem really lets him down. Like, it just is like, why would I want to use it? Like, why would I want to use it? I do like him being able to charge with his massive ghost head. That's fun. The laugh does get annoying, though. The laugh does get annoying. And I don't mind his primary attack. But again, like, the soul gem just kind of ruins it for me. So no. Hex. Again, quite slow. You've got the build up with her shooting out the skulls in the air. It's too long. I think you can speed that up, but it's just like, no. The bone shield as well. Again, don't use it. Similar to Zook, don't use it. I think it's C. I think it's a C for Hex, which is a shame because I feel like I like using Hex, but at the same time, like just no, just no. Slam Bam. Very strong. And very creative, actually, to be fair, because you've literally got like a surfboard, essentially, haven't you? That's quite cool. I do like that. And again, I think, you know, you can create an ice block and you can smash it and it can harm enemies like that. That's quite cool. Top of B. I think one of those, again, that's kind of like, you get the event, because he comes in adventure pack as well, Empire of Eyes, which I can never play again unless I buy the toy again. Ugh. But I think one of those, similar to Terrafin, like, you're not getting it just for the adventure pack. Like, the Skylanders you get is pretty good as well. Wham Shell. Don't remember too much about Wham Shell, to be honest. I know he can shoot out like starfish. I know he can obviously hit enemies with his mace. Pretty cool. I think you can upgrade his like shell, so he doesn't take as much damage, which actually not many other Skylanders have. And I think you can do combinations with the mace as well. Again, didn't really play too much with Ramshell, didn't get much use out of him. I'll go there. On to the final Skylander, Zap. Feels like we've breezed past this, but I felt like I've kind of had to because there's 32 Skylanders. Yeah, Zap. I like the fact they've kind of combined like Electric Eel with Dragon. That's quite cool. I like him being able to like ride the wave. That's quite cool. I'm torn between B or C for him. Doesn't blow me away. Yeah, I'll go B. I'll be nice and I'll go B. Okay, so we now need to decide a Skylander to go in S tier, and I think I'm torn between two, Bash and Drobot. I'm gonna go with Trobot. I know I said I like a close combat Skylander, and Bash is so powerful. He really is. It is really close between them both. But I just like Drobot's rapid fire, lasers. I just constantly, it's just rapid fire with them. Like, it's so good. And throwing out the gears or the bolts, I think you're actually able to like create a big one, aren't you? Or is that in Giants? Is that his WoW Pal? Maybe that's his WoW Pal, I can't remember. But yeah, like, either way, Drobot takes S tier, and I'm happy with that. Right, so that is my list for Skylander Spyro's Adventures. I feel like Sunburn's got done a bit dirty by pinning anyone in D, but hey ho, it is what it is. Let me know what you think of my list. Do you agree with it? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know who your favourite Skylander is from Spyro's Adventure. And if you did enjoy the video, leave a like on it, and also subscribe so you don't miss any more. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.